Hello everybody and welcome to ABD Stadium as round 23 of NPL Victoria returns. And it is Hume City who are in third position. South Melbourne currently just outside the top six, and it's always a fierce battle when South Melbourne and Hume City end up playing. My name is Chris Gleeson. I'll be your commentator for tonight's game. As both sides now go to the huddle, we can quickly go through the starting lineups. For Hume City, Michael Weir in goal, the captain. It's Matthew Lazaridis, Jordan Maricic, Hayden Tennant and Mark Ocheng at the back, with Patrick Langlois, Ben Bowler and Mitch Cooper in midfield, with Andy Brennan, Danny Dixon and Josh Bingham is the man up top. For South Melbourne, it's Piers Clark, Brad Norton, Marko Jankovic and Perry Lambropoulos with Luke Adams, Josh Wallen, Luke Pavlu, Marcus Schroen, Henry Hoare, Zach Bates and Daniel Clark. But the big news is the return of Harrison Sawyer. He is on the bench for South Melbourne. As times are now getting ready for kick-off. Luke Camilleri is the referee in the middle, and it's Hume City in the red to kick off. And it is a blustery day here in Melbourne, but it's not as cold as it's been in Melbourne town over the last couple of weeks, so I'm sure it'll get bitterly cold as it always seems to do here at Broady Valley Park. Always one of the most blustery venues in NPL Victoria. As Hume go for the ball over the top. Ball holds up in the wind. Is out wide as Henry Hoare uses Norton, and Norton kicks the ball out for a throw. It seems that Marcus Schroen is going to be playing up top for South Melbourne, with Daniel Clark now moved to the wing. Jordan Maricic at the back. As Langlois drops in between his centre halves to play it out to Tennant. There's got a bit of space to drive forward as South Melbourne retreat back. Over the top. Brennan chases after it, and a sliding challenge. It's very poorly timed. Marko Jankovic isn't too happy with that. I think it was more of a slip than anything malicious, but it goes out. Well, it is going to be a free kick in that area. As Piers Clark has been in relatively good form this year. In the orange kit tonight. As Clark plays it long. Hoare trying to flick the ball on. Ball finds its way to Ocheng. Quickly closed down by Bates. And Tennant just has to put his foot through it. Cooper tried to lay it off, and in the end Wallen was able to clear the ball away. We are interactive on the Facebook page as well, so let us know where you're watching the game through. And any of your thoughts of NPL Victoria as the ball's left a bit short. Dixon tries to chase after it as Lambropoulos gets it clear. And now here's Schroen. And South were able to get under control. Great ball into the back post, and it couldn't be flicked on. Great opportunity as Zach Bates was arriving at the back post. It's good football there from South Melbourne, good attempt. It's definitely a very mobile attack that South Melbourne and Hume City have. Look at the quality of Schroen and Hoare and Bates and Clark. Up against Josh Bingham, who's been in excellent form for Hume City, scoring pretty much every week. He's been a shrewd signing. Danny Dixon's been in extremely good form with Brennan as well, and Mitch Cooper. Plenty of experience in that Hume City attack as well. This ball holds up in the wind. Ball goes back. It's Adams up in the air. Bowler gets it back. And Pavlu just gets it away. Now Hume. I thought Chang with Langlois. And so you'd expect South Melbourne to sit a little bit deeper as they have in recent weeks. Hume City will commit numbers forward, especially their fullback. So if they can sit a bit deeper, South Melbourne, they're going to try to get Hume on the counter when they get the ball back. So expect Hume City to have plenty of possession in this game. There's Maricic now. Looking to find the perfect pass. And they've got to expect there to be a bit of a rustiness with a few passes and that, with Melbourne coming out of its 5th lockdown and a few weeks missed as the ball over the top. There's Dixon with some great bit of skill to find some room. Now what Chang just gets it into the box, looking for Bingham to attack. Just over his head, and Clark gets it away for South Melbourne. Now Maricic drives it forward. Brennan. And in the end, Hume City just have to retreat. Maricic drew it forward, but didn't really have a player making a decent run for him. And Hume City reset. Now Maricic again. Looking to drive it into the channel. Ball's going to hold up for Dixon to clip it to the back post. But there was Yankovic. And they get the ball clear through Bates. As Wallen attacks it in midfield. Cooper. And the challenge comes across his body, and Hume City get the free kick. No doubt the wind's going to hold the ball up from this opportunity that Danny Dixon is very talented with his set pieces, and definitely sees himself as being the number one free kick taker in this Hume City lineup. But as expected, South Melbourne just putting bodies behind the ball, trying to absorb Hume's pressure. In fact, they probably just got a little bit too deep, because once they got it back, there was no outlets to hold on to the ball. That'll change in the second half when you see Harrison Sawyer return to this South Melbourne lineup. He's on the bench. It is Danny Dixon over the ball for Hume City. Goes direct, and it's a good save there from Clark. Curled it around the wall well, but Clark was in a great position to parry it out for a corner. Another set-piece opportunity for Hume City, which Dixon will come across and take. They go short. Now Cooper. Spin of the ball took it away from him, and South don't get the ball as clear as they would have liked. And now the outlet is Bates. Fighting with Lazaridis. And Hume City get the throw. So that was one of those opportunities where South Melbourne looked to move quick when they got the ball back, but Hume City defended it well. Now Hume over the top looking for Brennan. All cleared away. Langlois couldn't take it down. Now a chance for South Melbourne to move it out wide. Clark is in a race with Lazaridis. And Lazaridis takes no chances. So throw to South Melbourne. Perry Lambropoulos comes across to take. Now Adams. Marko Yankovic trying to switch it. It's a great ball. There's numbers out wide. Here is Clark. Cuts inside and shoots. Maricic got his body in the way. Henry Hoare has got some tricky feet. He's played it out well nicely. The captain, Norton, whips it into the box, and Langlois gets it clear. And Norton will see the ball out for a throw. Now Zach Bates. Yankovic goes for another diagonal ball. This time Maricic gets it clear. Now Daniel Clark. Former Hume City player. Both him and Marcus Schrone had that strong FFA Cup runs for a couple of years, which saw Hume City host Melbourne victory at Amy Park in a semi-final. Schrone's been an excellent player for South Melbourne, and now here is Clark trying to head it into the path of that guy Schrone. And Bowler does well to get the foul. It's a little bit disorganised at the back from Hume City. Just got themselves into poor positions, and now they've lost the ball. As Wallen finds Clark. And now Clark has found an open space to shoot. Tries to drive it at the near post. Michael Weir had that well covered, but a good signal of intent from South Melbourne. And a lively start from Daniel Clark. He always makes those tricky runs. Bends the runs in behind defenders. But Hume's back four has been a little bit over the place in the opening almost 10 minutes here at ABD Stadium. A bit of rustiness in their shape. Of course, players are only able to train as a team from, I think it was Wednesday night, so most teams in NPL Victoria have probably only had the one main training session. All over the top. As Tennant comes out and heads the ball out for a throw. Now Brennan trying to bring it down for Hume. South Melbourne get the ball back. And it's going to be Ochang. And the ball will spin out for a goal kick. As Michael Weir will go down and collect. As Attila Offley says, Hyarden, who's now the really gun goal scorer for Pascoe Vale, is Attila Offley. Spent a bit of time here with Hume City. I think he was halfway through his first season here. He was leading the league in goal scoring. Spent a bit of time at the Knights as well and had an excellent goal scoring record at Whittlesea Rangers. Again, Hume City give the ball up cheaply. Shouts for a foul, not paid, but South will have the throw. The big crossfield ball, looking for Schrone, flicks it on to Clark. Lazarudi's at his back, turns him inside out again to Daniel Clark. Gets a decent cross into the back post. Ochang misses it. Here's a chance for South Melbourne. Little nibble. Could be going down for a foul there, Schrone. He gets the ball back. It's good work from South Melbourne. Now Henry Hall goes over and no foul given again. So South Melbourne fans should be a bit unhappy with that. I know the players were. And now the foul goes to Hume City. Henry Hall just a bit frustrated. Comes in with a late challenge. There was a little niggle in the box on Marcus Schrone. That it's one of those things. He was a very honest player, Marcus Schrone, but if he goes over with that sort of challenge, he might have been able to get South Melbourne a penalty. You see the wind hold that ball up. As the ball comes back to Bates and Hall. Finding their passing groove at the moment is South Melbourne, now Lambropoulos. There's another crossfield ball. It's over the top. Ochang is able to get in the right position and cushion the header to his teammate. It's Brennan. Now to be Maricic to drive it forward again for Hume City. They've already had a few games played in NPL Victoria. Big result for Dandenong City last night with Nick Kalmer's volleys. 2 volleys, in fact, giving them a 2-0 lead. There's Yankovic and Wallen. And he just couldn't find the right pass. And Bentley Greens with a 2-0 away win at Green Gully. Crowley received a bit of a gift in the first minute of the game. And a back pass to the keeper was under hit. And the troubling win saw Alexander's free kick be a mistimed punch from the keeper for a 2-0 victory as South Melbourne try to attack again, and once again the pass is a little bit ill-directed from Wallen. Lazaridis to Bingham and now Dixon. And the foul goes Hume City's way. In the end, Danny Dixon wasn't sure where to pass it and still isn't. Now Langlois. Ocheng cuts inside. And a chance for Langlois to bring it forward for Hume. Lambropoulos just continues the run into Dixon. It's going to be very important to that because Danny Dixon's been in extremely good form for Hume City. If he's not scoring goals, he's creating them. So Lambropoulos has to be right on his game as Langlois turns in midfield and finds it over the top, looking for Bingham. And Adams does well to come across and get it out for a throw. Lazaridis, a little bit under hit. Schroen gets the ball back with a neat turn. Now there's big open space out wide and the pass just is ill-directed. Tennant does well to keep it away from Bates. Ochang leaves it short. Again, it's sloppy from Hume City, and now Henry Hall can drive the ball forward. Here's a chance out wide. Into the box, a couple of nibbles. No foul is given. South Melbourne players are incensed again as Bates was driving through. Looked to be clipped. And now Dixon looking to go for the sucker punch at the other end. Crosses it in and it's going to be Clark. Let us know what you thought about that potential penalty decision. Did look like a challenge from behind that clipped Bates. I don't think it really got much of the ball, if any, as the game goes on. It's Henry Hall. It's been a really positive start from South Melbourne. Hume City haven't got the greatest of records against South. This is going to be one of 2 games these 2 sides will play in a row, with next Wednesday night the Doherty Cup semi-final. The original venue was going to be Kingston Heath, but I'm not sure that's the venue now. It still hasn't been confirmed as far as I'm aware. Ball over the top. Maricic. Heavy touch and it goes out for a South throw. Now it's Henry Hall. Clark does well to skip out of a challenge. And they've got the overload, but Clark cuts inside, tries to whip the cross in. Tennant does well to head it away, but even the wind won't blow it out for a corner. It will be a throw. Captain Michael Weir is shouting at his defence, trying to get a bit more organised. Can South Melbourne make the most of this period that they've been on top? And drive it forward. Shot is curled over the top. Another opportunity there for Zach Bates from South Melbourne. And it's one that's going to be lost down Broady Valley Park, that ball now. So just ticked over 20 minutes here. As Weir plays along, it's allowed to bounce and a couple of South players collide. Cooper plays it over the top. It's going to sit nicely. Here's a big chance for Hume City, and the volley goes wide. Big opportunity for Andy Brennan. He almost would have thought he would have scored that. Just the ball held up in the wind when it was played over the top by Cooper. And it's Andy Brennan with hands on hips. It's Pierce Clark. Gets ready to bring the ball back into play. Schoen lets the ball bounce. Henry Hall. And here's Wallen on his left foot. Tries to shoot, and it's comfortably caught there by Michael Weir. Now Langlois. Hans Bowler in midfield. Cooper drops a bit deep. Lazaretti's, as you see, South are quickly closing down all Hume City options. And now Clark. As Lazaretti's sliced, ball goes out. Neat play there by Lambropoulos, trying to switch it. Ochang leaves it behind, now Bates. Chance to attack Ochang. Finds the support in Brad Norton. Now Henry Hall. Norton plays it back to him, now Bates. And the challenge was perfectly timed there by Ochang. It really needed to be, but Zach Bates and Daniel Clark are causing all sorts of problems for the Hume City fullbacks in Ochang and Lazaretti's. Two very experienced fullbacks as it is too. As the cross comes in, Wallen tried to leap for it. The ball comes out. Just panicked a little bit there, did Maricic. Now Clark. A South drive forward again. Great bit of skill by Clark again. Stepping in though there was Bowler. Now Lazaretti's only really got Bingham to aim for. Holds it up well. Now Lazaretti's. Great pass from him. It opens up the field with Langlois who can drive forward. Patrick Langlois for Hume City. Trays it through. Here's Bingham. Cooper wants to cut back, and in the end it was well defended by South Melbourne to get it out for a corner. But an attack opened up for Hume City from an excellent pass from Matthew Lazaretti's. I suspect that's going to be one of the few times that South Melbourne get caught out with committing too many numbers forward. For Hume to have this opportunity in this set piece, which South Melbourne haven't defended extremely well this year, but again, Hume go for the short corner. And in the end, a really poor back pass. They made an absolute meal of this as Bates lays it off. And it is a professional foul by Hayden Tennant, who's going to be very lucky if he escapes a yellow card. Because he really did stop Zach Bates being able to get on the end of the 1-2 then. Really probably should have been carded by the ref, but just a warning. The Hume City, strange tactics because South Melbourne have conceded a few set-piece goals from corners. And there was a couple against Dandenong Thunder not too long ago before the lockdown. And they've persisted with a couple of short corners, which they've made meals of. Now Yankovic, ball into midfield, that's a neat pass. Henry Hall's been extremely busy. Now Lambropoulos got a little bit of room in front of him. Not much support. And then he is a bit more of a defensive fullback as Lambropoulos. You're not going to see him really try to take people on in one-on-one situations. Now Adams and Wallen plays the ball through. Bending the run to the perfection is Clark. Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get a corner off Lazaridis, but in the end gets the ball back. It's Wallen. And now it's Henry Hall with a big switching ball over the back post. It's headed away by Otchang, but couldn't direct it into the path of Brennan. Now Yankovic again to drive it forward. Henry Hall, it's all a bit narrow, so he tries to shoot himself. Goes harmlessly out for a goal kick. And of course, we had a couple of games today. Well, game going at the moment, but it was Avondale continued their impressive run at the top of NPL Victoria. They really are running away with the league at the moment with a 2-1 victory over St Albans. And almost 70 minutes played, and Joe Guest's 8-minute strike still gives Oakley Cannons a 1-0 lead. It's Hume. Get caught out the back. Not for the first time in this game. Bates. Can South Melbourne make them pay on this attack? They do. They drive forward as Norton tries to get the cross in. Hume get it out for a throw. As that ball harmlessly trickles out for a throw off the corner flag. Also later tonight, Altona Magic host Eastern Lions in what is for the context of the season, one of the biggest games of the round, especially with Dandenong City getting 3 points last night. Altona at home, Eastern Lions with a few points in front of them. As Heidelberg host Dandenong Thunder tomorrow as the ball trickles out again for a throw. And now Norton. It's over the top. Henry Hall can't find a way through. It's been a very good signing for South Melbourne. Henry Hall, both him and his brother Mitch, coming down to NPL Victoria from Queensland. That's Pavlu out wide. Norton finds Bates. Tries to skip away Bates. It gets a little bit narrow for him. And the long shot's deflected off Langlois, and it will go out for a corner. There's Hume City on the back foot for the last 15 minutes in this game. It's been really impressive from South Melbourne. As Adams and Yankovic make their move into the box. As Clark peels to the back post. Ball comes in near post. He's going to get another chance to cross this in. Ochang away with the header. Gets it out for a throw. So had a couple of crosses at that Shrone and not happy with himself with the delivery. Play through. Lambropoulos tries to get on the outside, does well, and then he stands on the ball, stopped his momentum. There was a little tug on him, but the game goes on now for this South throw. Clark and Shrone will be the targets for a longer throw here. Looking for Shrone. Langlois, now Bingham, heavy touch. And in the end it gets cleared, but there is a foul. The linesman has given it. In a very good position here for South Melbourne. Just a heavy touch from Bingham trying to reel the ball back in. Especially with a wind advantage to the end that South Melbourne are going out here in the first half. The potential to go direct is there with the left foot of Clark. There's Adams, Yankovic and Shrone. And Bates. Whole bunch there at the back post. As the cross comes in, and across the box it goes. And Hume City should be able to clear this with Lazaridis. Will it stay in? And it did, and South through Lambropoulos get it out. A really teasing delivery that was by Clark. As we're 31 minutes into this game, no side has opened the scoring. Andy Brennan probably with the best chance for Hume City. It was a potential penalty shout for South Melbourne also in this game. And now South Melbourne trying to get it back again, a sliding challenge. And we are with a really poor first touch. His second touch was much better to get it out to Tennant. Hume City living dangerously the way they've played out of the back, and now that they've got the ball, they can drive forward this time. Brennan. They've got numbers out wide. It's Cooper. Couldn't reel it in with the first touch. Now what can Hume City do on the attack? It's Mitch Cooper. Goes low to the near post, and well, he's going to get another opportunity for this one, Cooper. Shouts for handball. It will be a corner. Wait to see what Hume City are going to try with this corner. Two short corners have gone horribly wrong so far that have started South Melbourne counter-attacks. And again, there's numbers quite short for the short kick. And Stanley Dixon, again, they try it. This time it works because they get a cross into the box and the header goes wide. An opportunity there for Ben Bowler, the midfielder. That time they got the delivery that they wanted, Hume City. But Bowler's header goes harmlessly wide. Maricic heads it into midfield. Bowler tries to play it forward. Shouts for handball, and it's going to be given. It was Henry Orr jumping up with his arm raised, so Hume City with the free kick. As Langlois finds Bowler. Again, they go over the top, looking this time for Ochang, and it is unable to find him. And if you do see a few people in the grandstand tonight, the Hume City under 20, what are they, under 21s these days. Their game is on after the seniors. Hume City just structure their games that way, so that's why we've got a few players in the grandstand. All over the top, spins away, Lazaridis, brave header. And now Dixon, looking to find Bingham. Chance to attack and shoot with plenty of power. The angle got narrower and narrower, and he wasn't able to get it on target. He's made that run in between the fullback and the centre-back a few times. And South Melbourne referring back to a back four. They've persisted with a back three and a couple of wing-backs for a few games. Now Clark. Over the top. It's missed by everybody. Players are not judging the wing. Looked like Clark was held back. And he gets the foul. So it was a delicious delivery from Clark last time. Gang. Yankovic, Adams, Schrone and Norton move forward. You'd expect a similar area of delivery. As it comes in looking for, and the offside flag has gone up against Adams, who went just a little bit too early. 35 minutes gone here. Weir plays it long. Bingham trying to flick it on. Lazaridis. Cooper turned into trouble. Was able to find the pass to Brennan, who skips challenges. And Adams was able to trip him over. And it will be a yellow card. So the card goes to Luke Adams for stopping a attacking chance there for Hume City, but very similar to what Hayden Tennant did probably 10 minutes ago. So it just even sees how more lucky Hayden Tennant was with that. And now a set piece for Hume City. Dixon should be able to drop this over the top, and the wind will be able to hold it up for his players to try to get on the end of. He does whip it in. It's headed away. And now the shot comes in. Hume City. And it's Bingham. And it just goes wide. It did take a deflection on its way through. So Hume City will have another corner. Josh Bingham, the hot boot in NPL Victoria. The League and Cup, he's scored 13 times in the last 13 games. Hume City this time bunch up and make it very difficult for the keeper in the 6-yard box. Let's see how tricky this can be. Good delivery in. South Melbourne try to get it clear. A challenge comes in from Wallen, and he's done well. No, he hasn't, in preventing the corner. Linesman on the far side. He's judged the ball did cross the line, but it was excellent work to prevent Danny Dixon getting another cross into the box. Hume City again bunch up around the keeper. Another excellent delivery. Pierce Clark with a strong punch. And now the ball finds its way to South, who try to play it over the top. Lazaridis just clears it away. And he's going to get the ball back again, and sliding challenge. No foul was given. As Lazaridis seems to be in a bit of pain. He's in a lot of pain there, is Lazaridis, but great mates there is Lazaridis and Daniel Clark. Enjoy a tough battle on the pitch, but we have to make sure that Lazaridis is okay. And now they're back at battle. Clark. It's cleared away, and fortuitously it finds Brennan for Hume City. And now it's Ochang. Trying to drive it forward and using his strength against Bates. Ochang to now deliver. Whips it in. Cooper lets it run, and in Lambropoulos just clears it to the Hume bench. As Nick Haggerty shows that he still hasn't lost that touch with that. Been able to bring the ball down. What an excellent player in NPL Victoria Nick Haggerty was. 3-time gold medal winner. Bingham trying to flip the ball over the top. South get it out for another throw. It's had its real scrappy moments in this game. Some really swift counter-attacks as well, but both goalkeepers have only been tested probably the once each. The Dixon free kick and a shot from range from Daniel Clark. Assume get another free kick. They're very close to half-time. Dixon with another set piece. It's really good delivery. Flecked on over the top. It was Hayden Tennant. What an unlikely goal scorer he would have been for Hume City. I do believe he's yet to score an NPL Victoria goal. Been a mainstay in the Hume City defence for 3 or 4 years now. Even Michael Weir, his goalkeeper, has scored before Hayden Tennant. Wasn't far away with that header. But again, another delicious delivery there by Dixon as Cooper jumps and heads this ball away. And Perry Lambropoulos. Looking for Schrone, Lazaridis to Cooper, can't control it, but Bingham can. Just couldn't find the pass to Brennan. And now Yankovic and Norton. It's Pavlou. Now Yankovic with that big switching ball that's going to find Clark again. This time Lazaridis wins the challenge. Now Bingham is once again isolated. He'll get it back, Bingham. Now Langlois. Assume City got the switch on. Oh, it's a neat pass through the middle. Bowler. Cooper. Looking for Ochang. He's one-on-one with Bates. He has to be careful. Ochang turns him inside out. Gets the shot away. Clark with the legs. And South Melbourne get it clear. Great save by Pierce Clark. As the game sorts to pick up its pace towards the end of this first half. Both sides getting caught out with the switches on this very wide field at ABD Stadium, one of the biggest in NPL Victoria. Clark through, looking for Schrone. Maricic does well. And Lazaridis. And now Dixon can't control it. South Melbourne get the throw. Now Lambropoulos. It's Clark and Lambropoulos. He's done well. Now he's got Clark out wide. Trying to get the cross in. Langlois blocks it. And it will be a late corner for South Melbourne as they look to try to get the lead. With another corner to them. There's 1 minute. Is going to go up on the board. And again it's Clark. Whips it into the near post and Lazaridis heads it away. Adams will chase after it and get there first. We'll try to Cruyff turn there, did the big Kiwi centre back. That would have been incredible if he was able to pull that one off. But you'd think that Michael Weir would be no rush to take this goal kick. Both sides would have their positives from the first half. Hume City, particularly early, they really passed the ball out from the back really poorly, and South Melbourne pressed well and created some really dangerous turnovers that they were unable to make the most of. As Michael Weir almost used most of that 1 minute to take the goal kick. Wait to see if the ref will play on a little bit longer. Bowler. Now Cooper. As the ball goes out to Brennan. And the referee gives a foul Hume City's way. Hume play it to the corner. Maybe a late chance for Hume to get across into the box. They do, looking for Bingham to attack. Again, it's over the top. It's very hard to judge the balls in the air with this wind. As the referee says, that's enough for the first half here at ABD Stadium. Both sides have had their chances. South Melbourne had a really good period in the middle part of that half, with Hume City coming back strongly towards the end. It is 0-0 here at ABD Stadium, and I'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second half. good yet? Hello everybody and welcome back to ABD Stadium as we get ready for the second half between Hume City and South Melbourne. Both sides had some really good chances in the first half, but nobody's been able to break the deadlock so far. And it now will be Hume City to kick down the valley. And South Melbourne towards the car park. The Barry Road end. The ball is played long. South with the volley. And it's the opening score. It's Henry Hoare. It's set up perfectly for him. And South Melbourne with a miraculous volley from range. And Hume City are caught out. South Melbourne take the lead. Henry Hoare. The long ball straight from kickoff. It just sat up for him perfectly. Was able to place the ball into the corner. He was a real star of the first half, Henry Hoare. And it's his volley that separates the two sides. Pretty much straight from kickoff. You couldn't start a half any more perfect than that. South Melbourne now with the lead. And for the second time in 1 minute, Hume City kick off. It's Tennant. So the team talks pretty much go out the window within the first 40 seconds. Now it's bowler for Hume City. Langlois. Trying to play the ball through. It's found Bingham. For Cooper. And the offside flag will go up against Mitch Cooper. But Henry Hoare, well, we've seen his brother Mitch hit an excellent volley so far in NPL Victoria. I think that the younger brother has just upstaged him. South Melbourne trying to get their season back on track. Now lead at Hume City. There's only been one side to beat Hume City on this ground this year, and that was the Melbourne Knights after the first game back from the last lockdown. Now Hume City. Want to see if they try to take the game on a little bit more now that they're behind. It's Tennant. Brennan loses out. And now Bates leaves the ball behind and Brennan gets it back for Hume. Now Langlois for Hume City. Mitch Cooper. Now this is definitely the time for South Melbourne to sit back in a bit of a block. Just to absorb a little bit of pressure for the moment, now that they've taken the lead. They also have the big trump card of Harrison Sawyer back on the South Melbourne team sheet. Expect to see him in the second half. Now South let Hume City pass the ball pretty comfortably at the back for the moment. Now they try to force it, looking for Dixon. And they goes out for a goal kick. Captain Norton. And Tennant was holding on to Bates. As Tennant showed his disdain for the decision by throwing the ball away. Might have been a bit lucky not to get a yellow card in the first half. Only one booked in this game so far is Luke Adams. It's Norton. Tries to clip it in. Just a red shirt there, and it's easy for Maricic to bring it down. Now Dixon gets the foul. Just as South Melbourne were about to start a counter-attack. Hume looked to move it quicker. Bowler plays it through to Cooper. Brennan shouts for handball. Bates does well to help his defence, and Ochang fouls him. So it is the perfect start for South Melbourne. 45th minute, just 20 seconds from kick-off, with Henry Hall volleying home from distance. Yankovic back to his goalkeeper. It's Pierce Clark long. Maricic. It's time to bring it back down. Now Ben Bowler for Hume City. Well, Hume City have got a strong record against the top 6 sides in the league this year, but they have lost to the Eastern Lions and have dropped the game against South Melbourne at Lakeside early in the season, where South ended up 2-1 victors. Now Watchang. He's been clipped by Wallen. A free kick in a solid area. As Bates has kicked the ball away, and this time a card. So you can probably see the frustration from South Melbourne, where Hayden Tennant has done pretty much 2 identical things of what South Melbourne have been booked for. As Dixon. And yes, it's got to be a card. Bates is going to get a second yellow. You'd think he was well within. He was very, very close. Wait to see if he's going to just get a warning, Bates, because he was definitely creeping, and the assistant referee let him know that. And with all that, I think Danny Dixon has taken a few yards with the free kick as well. So second chance here for Hume City. Ball fired into the box at the back post. The volley goes wide. Once again, it was Benny Bowler with a chance inside the box. There's no doubt that Bates was creeping. He was within only a few metres of Dixon when he took that free kick. Pretty smart refereeing just to give him the warning. And here's Norton. Over the top, into the channel. And we'll find Bates. Trying to pass it back. Brennan gets the ball back for Hume, and here is the chance for the counter-attack. Looking to play it into the channel. Here's Dixon. Trying to find support, gets quickly crowded out. And Bates once again comes back to help his defence and gets it out for a throw. Loose pass, and quickly Hume City looked to counter-attack. Dixon couldn't get it out of his feet to get a strike on goal. And now it's Brennan trying to use his strength against Brad Norton, and it will be a South Melbourne throw. Goes out for another throw. As Robert says, hey, I'm from Adelaide. I'm a Mitch Cooper fan. Favourite player. As Tennant sees the ball out for a throw. And Altona Magic and Eastern Lions have kicked off. Still no score after 11 minutes, but Oakley held on to that 1-0 to take the 3 points. Now Dixon can shoot off both feet, trying to play it through. Clark comes back and helps out, and South Melbourne, look at the blue shirt, stream forward. It's Henry Hall to drive into the box, cross it back, looking for Clark, and in the end it's deflected wide. Swift counter-attack from South Melbourne. Henry Hall just rode the challenge as he drove it forward, found the right path to Clark. Now South Melbourne a chance to double their advantage. The wind has noticeably dropped from the first half as well. As delays here with the corner. As it comes in, looking for Yankovic at the near post. Michael Weir came out and collected well. Tries to start the counter-attack straight away with Bowler. Now Brennan. Loose pass. But Brennan fights again to get it back. Now Yankovic. Weight of numbers wins out for South Melbourne. Norton still on the wrong side of the pitch for him. And now it's Lazaridis. And Bowler. Got Ochang out wide. Looking to take on Bates. And a sliding challenge from Norton, who gets back to his customary left-back position. Hume City with the corner. His game was fireworks to start the second half with Henry Hall's volley, but the game's starting to really open up a bit more now. Hume City have abandoned the short corners that didn't work in the first half. Cross comes in near post. South try to clear it. Ochang. Dixon gets back on side, and this time with the right foot, whips it in. South get it clear, but Langlois will be first to it. Excellent turn from Brennan. Goes from range. He had numbers in the box to clip that into, and only had goal in his mind and drags it wide. South take it short. Yankovic. Now Norton, the captain. Bates looks to keep it in. As light rain starts to fall at ABD Stadium. Looking for a ball over the top. Yankovic heads it back. Cooper cushions it. Oh, and a heavy challenge between Wallen and Bingham. Bingham seems to be in quite a bit of pain, but it did look like Wallen's boot was the highest in that challenge. Both players fully committed. Hume City get the foul. As Bingham slowly picks himself up. There's full commitment from Josh Wallen and Josh Bingham. As the rain gets a bit heavier. Looks like Marcus Schoen has taken the opportunity to change his boots. It's going to be Langlois. Plenty of numbers forward for Hume. Dixon trying to keep it in play. It probably did come off his hand there. No decision made, and Hume get the corner. And it does mean that we're going to see some changes. Zach Bates, who's had an excellent game tonight, done a lot of the defensive hard work, and he's going to be replaced by Harrison Sawyer and Jerry Salados. Let's just see the size difference between Jerry and Harrison Sawyer out there. And Josh Wallen, industrious as he always is in midfield, will make way. So 2 changes for South Melbourne with a pretty congested fixture list. I do believe both sides are able to make 5 substitutions each if they wish. And Big Sawyer, first involvement's going to be on defensive duty to try to stop Hume City getting level from this corner. It's a left-footer Dixon, near post, and Harry wins the header. And now Jerry Salados. Well, he let the ball bounce, and with the wetness of the turf now, the ball's just going to skip away. So Sawyer did leave Victoria after the season was abandoned last year to go up to Queensland and became the Golden Boot winner up there. Thoughts are with the people up in Queensland at the moment. Their little snap lockdown that started today, and obviously New South Wales as well. No NPL football being played in those states. We wish them all the best. Now it's Tennant. Switching ball. Taken down by Cooper. And now Bingham. Ochang will chase after it. Salados. Really heavy touch there by Tennant. And now Norton. Slides but can't keep it in play. Ball's going to be zipping around a lot now with this rain. And it's going to be Pavlu. Yankovic. And now Norton. Dixon with the challenge. It's Norton. Finds Jerry Salados. Looking to try to make an impact off the bench and get back into this starting lineup. He's been a sub in many games as Salados over the last probably 6 or 7 weeks that South have played. They really need him to find true form, especially with the fixture list. It's going to be very congested. As Lambropoulos goes back. Now Yankovic. Now Norton with Schroen. Plays it over the top. Salados. Michael Weir comes out, gets there first. I just see Marcus Schroen now moved into a more midfield position with Sawyer up top. Clark staying out on the right. Hasn't had as much of an impact as he had in the first half. In teeming rain here at Broady Valley Park. South Melbourne with his 1-0 lead. The goal scorer on the ball now in Henry Hall. And Salados is able to let the ball out now. Hume. Look to try to find Bingham. Yankovic. Dixon with the nutmeg. Continues to drive forward. Brennan's done well, but he turned back into trouble. That gets it back to Dixon. Trying to play it through. Here is Bingham for Hume City. And once again, Marko Jankovic timed the challenge to perfection. Plays it into the pocket, Sawyer. And once again, Michael Weir, and he's done well to control that. Great work by Hume City's goalkeeper and captain. Now Bowler. Hume reset. Brennan drops a bit deeper to get involved. Now Cooper. It's Lazaridis. Tries to drive it forward. Now South Melbourne through Clark. Now it opens up for Henry Hall. Only pass he could have made was out wide and gets it back to Clark. Hall tries to make the run in the middle and the crossfield ball is mistimed. Really good action at the moment. End-to-end NPL Victoria football. It's broken up now for a foul. Bingham can't control it. Pavlu does well to get it back. And now Sawyer. And Zolchang. Finds Dixon. He's drifting inside more and more as the game's gone on and Stanley Dixon. Now Brennan. Crossfield ball, looking for Cooper. It's headed away and Salados now. Good time to drive forward and he's chopped down. Patrick Langlois was not going to let him pass him in any way he could, and he will get a yellow card. The first one for Hume City. Looks like Salados is going to get treatment. Really solid challenge by Patrick Langlois. And still 0-0 between Altona Magic and Eastern Lions. But the live ladder is a bit more interesting if this result holds, where South Melbourne will just be a point off the top six with Port Melbourne and Melbourne Knights losing if they can get all 3 points. Although Dandenong City do have that game against Heidelberg tomorrow. As Hume City to see Theo Marcellus warm up. You expect for Mitch Cooper, they sort of interchange both of them throughout the season. Cooper and Marcellus is that number 10 position in this Hume lineup. Now it's Norton for South Melbourne. Trying to cross the ball in for Sawyer. Lets it go. Lazaridis. And Langlois did really well to find it out for Dixon. He's got plenty of South Melbourne players around him and makes the ball pass. Now Salados. Back to his feet. And Henry goes back. Ball through. Sawyer in the channel. Looking for support and he finds it. Here's Clark. Ball in the midfield, Shrone. Chance for Pavlu. Hoare plays it through. Here's Sawyer. Gets it out of his feet and goes near post. And drags it wide. And Hume City are looking to shake things up. They're going to go with a triple change, it looks like. Mitch Cooper will be withdrawn. So too Danny Dixon. And Hayden Tennant. So Theo Marcellus will come on. Umut Buzdugan is also on for Hume City. We'll wait to see the other one. Looks like it might be Alex Walter for Hume City. So 3 changes. Let's see if they can change the game for Hume City, who are staring at their second home defeat of the season. It's a huge 3 points here for South Melbourne if they can hold on for the next 20 minutes. Marcellus. And Ben Bowler. Langlois drives forward for Hume. Schrone just hooks it away. Bowler will get it back though. And now here's Brennan. Can't find Bingham. Looks like Mark Ochang has moved to centre back. And Langlois stays in the middle, but Umut Buzdugan is going to be moved to the right full-back position. So, keeping the exact same structure of Hume City. Now Marcellus. Now Buzdugan. Trying to get the cross in, looking for Walter and Bingham. Ball finds its way to Henry Hoare. Now, Buzdugan knows he's out of position. Here is Salados. He's going to enjoy the extra space that will be opened up for him. Crosses in, looking for Clark. It was well done by Lazaridis just to get his body across and not allow a clean headed shot on goal. Now Walter. Hume look to drive it through. Brennan, heavy touch, and Schrone gets it back. Walter was clipped there by Pavlu. Now Hume City restart. What can Marcellus create? He goes for the early cross, looking for Bingham, but Clark comes out and was bumped into by Bingham. And he's a little bit slow to pick himself up. Pierce Clark gets ready to restart the game with the free kick. There's a lot of space out wide for Salados. In the end, Clark goes up the middle. Hume trying to head it back. Yankovic has been in the way all night. Now Ochang. And once again, it's Yankovic. And they can drive it forward, looking for Clark. Michael Weir. Hume keeper comes out and collects. Now Bowler can turn. There's a lot of blue shirts in front of them, as you'd expect South Melbourne not to commit too many numbers forward. It's also a big opportunity for Alex Walter, who was a mid-season signing. Just hasn't had too much of an opportunity to change games so far for Hume. Coming from NPL Tasmania. So play it into the channel. Here's Bingham. Turns it. Here's Walter. Trying to get the cross in. It's well deflected. Again, it's Yankovic. And now Schrone. Now Sawyer. Looking to roll. Does the next best thing. He gets the throw for South Melbourne, and it will be another Hume City change. Lazaridis is withdrawn for Lachlan Weir, another mid-season signing coming over from the Melbourne Knights. He did play excellent football at North Geelong for a bit of time before making the step up a division with the Knights and looking to establish himself in the Hume City lineup. As Norton curls the ball through. Henry Hoare off the chest. Chance to go through and couldn't get the shot away. It was Maticic who was able to get the ball clear. Now Buzdugan. Ben Bowler. As Langlois. Goes over the top looking for Walter. That's going to be Adams to get the touch. Deflection finds its way to South Melbourne. Advantage will be, well, it could have been paid, but I think the referee's going to go over and give a yellow card to Theo Marcellus, who's not really noted for his tackling in this Hume City lineup. And 15 minutes to go. Henry Hoare's wonder strike, a big volley from outside the box, pretty much from kickoff. It's very old school long ball football from kickoff, long over the top, and the ball just fell kindly for him. He was able to volley it into the corner to beat Michael Weir. That's the goal that separates the two sides. And so far, South Melbourne have managed this extremely well. Hume try to get it clear. Walter does keep it in play. Now Bowler. Goes back to Ochang. Goes for the big switch. Walter, first touch. Took him a little bit wide, but he was able to bring it under control. Cross into the box, and the shot goes over the top. You would have expected Theo Marcellus to bury that opportunity. He's such an excellent finisher, and unfortunately for Hume City, the chance goes begging. South Melbourne fans, big sigh of relief with that one. As Bowler gets it back. Pavlu, now Shrone. Over the top. Buzdugan doesn't get it clear. Salados over the top. Sawyer, here's a chance for Henry Hoare again. In the end, goes back to Clark. Hume get a chance to get numbers back into the box. Now Shrone. Plays it through. Chance for penalty, waved away. Sawyer. Hume City find a way to get it clear. Marcellus. Into the path of Brennan. As Hume counter-attack again, Andy Brennan. He's got Bingham out wide. And he's able to advance into the box as Bingham tries to get the shot away. He'll get another chance, Bingham. Falls for Hume City, and that's the goal. It's Alex Walter. The ricochet off Theo Marcellus, and Alex Walter gets his first goal for Hume City here in the NPL. And the Tasmanian gets things back level. Penalty shout at one end, Hume City score at the other. It is a sucker punch for South Melbourne, and Hume City get back level. Well, in the end it was scrappy. Can't really say it was a pass from Theo Marcellus. It just ricocheted off him into the path of Walter, who did the look-away shot into the corner. And we're back level with 12 minutes to go. Long ball for Sawyer. This time South, well, they're hoping to score from kick-off again. They will get an opportunity to attack with Salados as numbers find their way into the box. Now it's Pavlu. Left foot cross, looks for Sawyer. Challenge it with it in the air. It will find Clark. Hume can't get it clear now. Shrone from range. Just slices across the wet ball and puts it out. There's Michael Weir spending most of this second half behind. Is it going to be Hume City with the chance to try to pinch this game? It's Walter, full of confidence now. Tries to play the ball forward, Clark. Back defending. And now Hume City with a volley. It's going to fall in front. Marcellus turns away. Keeper is out of the picture, but Norton was able to relieve the danger. Only momentarily, here's Bingham. Tries to fire it in near post. This time Clark elects. Very awkward in these conditions with a shot from range bounced right in front of him. And Pierce Clark is, well, he was diving around trying to recover his position, is going to need some medical treatment. So Pierce Clark is going to get some treatment, and it gives both managers a chance to work on tactics of the final 9 minutes plus stoppage time. Wait to see if South Melbourne are actually going to be forced to have to make a change or not. James Burgess is the reserve keeper. Can't really see him warming up at the moment, though. What has been a pretty end-to-end game here in the second half. It's an opportunity for both teams to take a breather. As Altona Magic have taken the lead from the penalty spot. So on the live ladder, St Albans and Dandenong City are in the drop zone. Altona at the moment are out of it. With Eastern Lions just a point ahead. They did have a 5-point gap only a couple of games ago. See if they can change things at Paisley Park, but we'll see if we can get a winner here. Sawyer gets it from Salados. Tries to fire it across the box. In the end, deflection goes wide. Umut Buzdugan just tried to hack the ball clear into Clark, and that would have been a bizarre way for Clark to score against his old side. Long ball from Weir. Bingham tried to flick it on. Yankovic. See what he was trying to do to play the ball through to Sawyer, but was unable to find his teammate. As the driving rain continues. It was a very windy first half. Sort of bigger directional advantage towards South Melbourne in the first half. That wind's dropped off, but driving rain has greeted us the last 20 minutes. Hume tried to get it clear. Marcellus couldn't bring the ball down. Clark tries to turn, and ball's cleared away by Weir. And Hume get it clear. Bingham trying to shield it down. Ball's going to find kindly for Hume as Brennan plays the ball through. Walters chasing after this. He gets there first. And Walter crosses in looking for Bingham. It's headed away. Brennan can't bring it under control, and Clark cannot prevent the corner. As Yankovic now picks himself up. But Alex Walters definitely made a really strong impact from the bench, which is exactly what Nick Hegarty was hoping he would do. Shown that he's quite a pacey player, which Hume City like, especially on this big ground. and took his chance well to get Hume City level. Can they find the go-ahead goal as the cross comes in? Headed away by South Melbourne. And it's Henry Hoare. Does well to hide Salados. South Melbourne stream forward. And the long ball over the top. It's Clark and Sawyer. Hume try to get numbers back. It's Clark. Is he going to go direct? Lays it for Sawyer. Here's a chance for Henry Hoare. Deflected. Michael Weir did well. Made himself big. And he stops Henry Hoare, putting South Melbourne back in front. A smart save by the Hume City captain. Swift counter-attack again from South Melbourne. And now they've got the chance for the go-ahead goal with their set piece. As we trickle into the final 5 minutes of regulation time. Cross comes in. Hume at the near post, get it clear. Salados. Gives Hoare another chance to drive forward. Just a heavy touch that Ochang will be able to shield out. Hume want to move it quickly. But everybody was back on defensive duty, so Michael Weir's going to have to wait for his team to get up the field. Especially the target he'll go through in Josh Bingham. As Bingham can't get there. Ball headed into the path of Mark Callis. Just plays it out wide, knowing that Brennan's going to be able to get there first. Andy Brennan crosses it in. Bingham flicks it on. Clark back there. And now he can drive the ball forward for South Melbourne. Once again, great skill from Clark as he rides the challenges. Been an excellent performance from him. And now Salados with a big switch. Isolated with Umut Buzdugan. Can we see a bit of magic here from Jerry Salados? Goes to the byline, clips it up, looking for Sawyer. And it almost found its way into the back of the net if it wasn't for the hand of Michael Weir. In fact, it might have clipped off the crossbar with that one. So Weir plays it long. Couple of great opportunities for South Melbourne to win it late. Now Brennan. Loses possession, Clark. Now Sawyer, chance to hold the ball up. Trying to find the right run. Bowler read that pass. And South Melbourne retreat back for the moment. Zochang looking for the right pass. Maricic. It's Bowler. Patient build-up for Hume City, with South sitting a lot of bodies back. They go over the top. Can they get the second ball? Well, Bingham's shot goes wide anyway, but there was an offside flag go up. And it will be another change for Hume City. Andy Brennan's going to come off, and Arden Gardner. It's great to see him back. He's been injury prone for a couple of years. He had a horrible broken leg in the Community Shield game last year while playing for the Bentley Greens. Signed for Hume City, but suffered a pre-season injury. He's worked his way back from the 21s, and it's good to see him back playing football. Is Gardner. Now it's Walter for Hume. Yankovic there first. Walter read that pass. And now Hume will look to switch flanks with Bolo. In fact, he comes back looking for Walter. It's headed away. Buzdugan fights for the ball. Good battle. Marcellus left it behind and had his pocket picked by Pavlu. Now Sawyer looking for the ball. Ochang, good strength from him. And now it's Bowler again. Now Weir drives it for Hume City, continues his run, goes for the goal, and it's just wide. Lachlan Weir. Lachlan Weir drives it wide. It was a great run to get into the box. And a big chance to win the game for Hume City as 4 minutes goes up on the board. Well, he has scored a couple of cracking goals for North Geelong and as a fullback streaming forward like that. He's definitely capable. But unfortunately for Hume City, he drags it wide. And now over the top, Ocheng, Maricic. The up and down nature of this game and both sides having great opportunities, you'd think a draw probably would be a fair result. Langlois. And he passes the ball to his manager on the sideline. And now it's Pavlu. First minute of stoppage time almost done. Just got a feeling there's going to be one more big chance in this game as Yankovic plays it over the top. Chance out wide for Clark. His touch sent him further away from goal, and in the end Gardner was able to hook it out for a throw. Yankovic's crossfield balls, of course, all sorts of problems for Hume City in this game. Cross comes in, Sawyer versus Michael Weir, and Weir was able to get it. Tries to release it early for Bingham. Can he hold the ball? He can. Now Walter to move it forward. Tries to play it back to Bingham. Bingham will get there with a header, but didn't have the power to beat Clark. Great interplay from Alex Walter and Josh Bingham. Maybe that was the big chance that was going to happen in this game, but Hume get it back. Bowler. It is Marcellus. Ball taken away from him. A couple of sloppy passes and touches from Hume City give it back to South Melbourne, but the outside of the football from Schrone was ill-directed. Now Hume City, here's Gardner. Plays it into midfield, but Langlois, now Walter. Tries to play it out wide. Bosdugan. Try to go for the nutmeg, and Salados gets it out for a throw. 90 seconds left in this pulsating NPL Victoria game. As Ocheng drives it forward. Salados again in right position. Sliding challenge wins the ball. Walter just gets it into the box to the back post. Gardner couldn't control it. And now it's Clark. And Pavlu just had no support. Marcellus. 1 minute to go as Hume City drive forward again through Walter. Tries to play it out wide. It's an excellent pass. Cross comes in. Bingham 2 against him. Norton heads it away. And Schrone to Salados. Skips the challenge. Looking for Sawyer. And Sawyer's going to get there first. And a foul has been given for the holding. It's definitely the opportunity. Well, South Melbourne waste no time. Take it quickly. Salados. One final chance here for South Melbourne. Jerry Salados. Doesn't work out for him on this occasion. But Schrone. There's 4 minutes of almost being played. It's time to play a long ball to Harry Sawyer. Maricic will head it away. Referee brings the end. The type of game you just hoped would continue because it's been quite entertaining here in the second half. But in the end, you can see that both sets of players are quite tired. They have busted their guts in this return to the NPL Victorian football. It ends in a draw. It was Henry Hoare who opened the scoring just after half-time with an excellent volley from outside the box. And it was Alex Walter. It was a bit scrappy. The ball rebounded back to him, and he had the calmness to pass the ball into the corner to get Hume City a share of the spoils. It is NPL Victoria football at its best. It is Hume City 1, South Melbourne 1. My name is Chris Gleeson. I hope you've enjoyed the game tonight. We can now move over to the Altona Magic versus Eastern Lions stream, which is on now. And Heidelberg United will be playing Dandenong Thunder tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed this contest, and we hope you have a great night here. And that's all from me. Goodbye.